Hi, this is Daniel Cunningham, founder and CEO of Leonardo 24/7, and today we're talking about efficiency of employee communications. Effective communication in property management is really key and super difficult for a number of reasons. First of all, property operations covers lots of tasks and projects that require different levels of expertise. You have preventive maintenance, you have risk management, you have marketing, investor relations, you have real estate law, you've got residents that are complaining because the dog upstairs is barking loudly. You have a lot of distractions and a lot of layers of expertise that folks on site are expected to have in order to cover all of those things. But it's hard for one person to know it all, much less remember it all. And so what we find ourselves doing is communicating constantly with folks on site. If you have a regional manager, a big part of their responsibility is to communicate with the local community managers and service managers and say, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this? They'll send emails, they'll send text messages, they'll want them to log on to a website where they're storing information, they'll want them to, go into the file cabinets and pull out information. And that's a real struggle in the chaos of on-site operations. There's a lot of training that's involved. I mean, one of the ways to try to mitigate all that is to train people so that they know everything they're supposed to be doing, but it is an industry with a high turnover rate. So even if you have somebody who's completely trained in everything they need to be doing, in 18 months or 24 months on average, a person might be gone. And so all of that institutional knowledge walks out the door with them. And so without on-site, on-demand, in-depth guidance, operators and managers are really forced into kind of reactive mode, which is why, the regional managers are so important in our industry because they're there to sort of keep people on track. So still, community managers and service managers are receiving all this feedback, all this input from all these different mediums. And what they really want is one source for what they need to do today. So with Leonardo 24/7 in place, all of the text messages, the emails, the phone calls to make sure that certain jobs are done, all that goes away because operators will know exactly what they need to do, when they need to do it, how they need to do it, the right form, the right inspection, the right checklist, the right procedure. And now you're just asking them to execute because everything they need to do is right in front of them. And now operators and managers can see both the proactive stuff that comes from their policies and procedures that comes out of Leonardo 24/7. We marry that with work orders, for example, the reactive side of managing properties. And now in one interface, operators can go every day and see everything they need to be doing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to be a good steward of that property. And that's a much more effective way to communicate with them. So now everything operators need to do is right in front of them. And at the same time, as these things are being completed in the field, we're providing real-time visibility into executives and owners so they know that those things are being done. There's no mystery on either end. We like to say, look, you leave the minutia up to Leo. It's not the best and highest use of a regional property manager's time to come on site and say, did you change the filters? That's the minutia that Leonardo 24/7 can track. It will let you know when you have a problem. Meanwhile, you focus on things that are most important, things that really add to your bottom line. You want to be focused on marketing and leasing. Leave the minutia up to us. We'll cover that. We'll give guidance when necessary. And when you need to get involved because somebody's falling behind or they're not upholding all of the compliance items they need to be in compliance with, we'll let you know. And net result of that is you'll have much more focused attention on the things that matter most. You'll filter out the things that are distracting, and the regional property managers will be more effective in their jobs as well. In addition to the task management, like tasks being pushed out to the people that are on site, the team on site, we have a messenger function that allows, for example, community managers can participate in a channel where they can communicate with all community managers across your portfolio and ask questions about how they're doing a certain procedure or if there's a certain kind of vendor that anybody can recommend. Regional managers have a channel that can speak to everybody that's under them. And residents can text the same number and that text message shows up in the Leonardo Messenger. So they have, again, just one place to go to communicate with corporate employees, with fellow colleagues at other properties, with residents, with vendors. And so again, let's just give them one place to go for everything they need to communicate and do their jobs, efficiently. Thanks for joining me. We've been talking about effective employee communication. If you want to learn more, please log on to leonardo247.com and request a demo.